Hey folks, David Stewart here. I hope you have enjoyed viewing my content over the last month. And if you were one of those people that backed the King Leper campaign, I really appreciate it. What I thought I would do with this video is give a little postmortem. Even though I haven't shipped the product yet, I'll be spending the next couple of weeks formatting and getting things ready to go. So when I get the funds, I can order the books and get them shipped out to people right away. I don't want there to be a big lag time between funding and people getting their products. But anyway, I wanted to do a little postmortem on what I did in March in order to promote this and how successful it was. So I did what was called a content blitz, or that's what I'm calling it, which is my goal was to make at least one piece of content every day for 30 days. And I did that. I originally was going to do, so I did like 5 videos a week and 2 live streams a week. Plus I did a lot of Substack articles. I originally wanted to do 30 Substack articles. I kind of fell behind on that because I just sort of ran out of time to be editing those articles as I was going, but I did 30 videos. Now, how did the campaign do? Well, we funded in 24 hours, so we reached the minimum in about 24 hours, and then which was $1,000, and then the final amount was $4,400 and some odd dollars with 120 backers, which is really good, and I'm very pleased with that. And so I thought I would share with you how that worked. I think the content blitz was very successful. It really got people watching the videos who maybe hadn't watched in a while. It got new viewers in. I gained about 400 subscribers, I think, over the month, which was good. And it just kind of that repeat advertising, it got people interested in the product. I'm still getting people like, oh, it looks like I missed the campaign. Hey, if you missed the campaign, don't worry. It's going to come out on Amazon just a little bit later in the year. So don't worry, you can still get the book. And in the meantime, you can read the first 2, Water of Awakening and Needle Ash, because this is actually book 3 of my mainline Eternal Dream series. Or you can read all the companion books like Al Shafalda, Crown of Sight, Sorcerer's Blood, Wasting Desert, the Moonsong series, Garamesh and the Farmer, Bright Children, which is only available on Patreon. So check the Patreon down below if you want to get Bright Children. Patrons got it for free last year. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for April for patrons. So if you're a patron, please let me know what book you want for April, and I'll make it free for you, okay? So I think it was successful. It managed to get a lot of people interested in a Kickstarter campaign, especially when the Kickstarter campaign is like, back this thing and wait to get this rather than just go buy this product. So I think that worked out pretty well. I learned a couple of things from it, and I thought I'd just share those with you. Number one is this has to do with my content marketing strategy, which I've detailed in other videos. I've even talked about it in my book, Keys to Prolific Creativity, and I've talked about it on Substack. That is, you market your book, your product, your course, anything, by making content that people want to view. It's a lot harder with fiction than it is with nonfiction. So if you're doing nonfiction and you're offering a service, this is very easy. Like the example I usually use is, you are a dietitian or you're a personal trainer, you're a fitness person. You do a bunch of videos on diet. You have a book on the best diet, like, or a cookbook or something, right? Like Greg Doucette. And then you have a long tail offering, which is a high value consulting service. Like I'll be your personal trainer, or I'll design your diet for you, and I'll do personal consulting, and that costs a lot of money, but it's personalized and it's high value. So you kind of create a funnel that works with. And content marketing works great for that. You'll notice lots of YouTubers who are really on top of the game. They don't just rely on YouTube ad money to fill their pockets. Rather, they are using YouTube to funnel people into higher value offerings. In this case, King Leper is a higher value offering for like my true fans, and I really am appreciative of you. So let's look at some numbers. Let me expose some numbers to you. I have 47,000 subscribers. What that actually translated to over the last month in terms of consistent viewers was about 2,000 consistent viewers. Now, not every video got 2,000 views. Some got more than 2,000 views. Some got like 5,000 views. Some got around 2,000 views. But 2,000 people were watching more than one video, according to YouTube analytics. So the returning viewers was about 2,000. So you have this big number, close to 50,000. And if you were to include like my followers on X and my people on my mailing list, then it's above 50,000. But it goes down to 2,000 that are really interested in your content. Of those 2,000, 120 were really interested in the high value offering. So you're looking at a reduction of what, 4% of the total base, like the baseline people. 4% are consistently interested. Of those 4%, less than 10% are really interested in the high value offering. And that's not atypical, right? If you had a really, really big YouTube channel with millions of people that subscribed, it would still be a small percentage of those. It's just those small percentage with a high value offering can produce, a lot more money. So the bigger your audience is, the better it gets, obviously. And keep in mind, I've built my viewership over the course of like a decade at this point. So there's lots of those people that just aren't watching the videos because they're not interested in what I have to say anymore. They're still subscribed, but they just aren't active. They don't really care about what I'm doing anymore. And that's fine. That happens. And that's part of the life of any kind of YouTube channels. You really need to bring in new people to kind of make up for the people who fall away and just aren't really interested in what you have to say anymore. They've heard everything you have to say, or you're not saying things that they are interested in hearing from you after that. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that, right? We watch the things that we care about. From that, I got about 95,000 views total. Most of those were on new videos. There was, for whatever reason, an uptick on this video I did a while back about like, what did you have for breakfast? How would you feel if you hadn't eaten breakfast? Which is this idea of like, there's this break point of IQ where certain people can't understand hypotheticals. Like they just can't think of how they would feel differently if something were different. The conditional hypotheticals don't make any sense to them. And my idea was like, I think there's some other ones too, where like people really can't understand, for instance, per capita or like the way statistics work below a certain IQ. People were definitely proving that in the comments, but that one was popular, but I didn't really have any other like past catalog videos that were doing like big numbers or anything. So if we were to subtract like the views on that, you're looking at, let's say 80 to 85,000 views of new videos. So that's pretty good, right? Out of 30 videos, that means that we were making about 2,000 views a video, a little bit more sometimes and a little bit less and sometimes a lot more. And we had 2,000 people that were coming back regularly. I increased my take home. I think the money from ads was $352. That's a lot less than what I used to do on YouTube. I used to be able to pull in about $1,000 a month, but that was, things have changed over the years. The audience has shrunk, but the audience is also less valuable. People are running ad blockers more than ever. And just, you shouldn't rely on YouTube ad money, but it's a nice bonus. So when you're doing all the content marketing, yeah, you can make money from the YouTube ads, and then you can make money really from your higher value offerings, books or your services that you want to offer, those sorts of things. I don't really offer any author services, by the way. So people pretty routinely ask me to edit books, and I don't do that right now. You can talk to someone else about that. Watch time hours, 11.7 thousand, which is okay for me, I guess. And I think that that's kind of boosted by a lot of the live streams, because the live streams are 2 hours a piece, but most of my content is long form, 10 to 20 minutes. So if I was doing a lot of shorts, that would also pervert all this. I think I did one short the entire time and only got like 500 views. And so my main form content that I usually do is longer form content. And that's what I did for this experiment. And that's what people watched. And so I just wanted to kind of share all those numbers with you and give you that idea, like, how do I build up an audience? My big takeaway, number one thing is like, have a higher value offering. But number two is really, the robot loves it when you make a lot of content. Because I made a lot of content, more people watched per video than if I was making one video a week, like what I was doing in the second half of 2024. Many fewer people would have actually watched each video. It would have been much lower viewership. So the robot will show your videos more often to people if you are making videos more often. So if you're looking to build up, a channel, more is better. You always want your content to be as good as possible, and you want it to be roughly in the same area, topic wise, for whatever you're going to do. That's usually the best practice. I know I'm all over the place and I don't follow that advice, but that's kind of the safe advice. So if you're doing a gaming channel, every video should be about gaming. You get the idea. But coming out with a lot of content, the robot seems to really like that. So the robot liked the fact that I did a lot of videos and showed them to more people and got more people interested in my channel, and that worked. And those people, a small percentage of them were interested enough in my book to back it and get that special edition hardback, or that signed copy of the hardback. In fact, I sold out the signed hardback copies several times and had to keep increasing them because people kept sending me messages. I really want the signed hardback. I'm like, okay. Originally, I was just going to limit it to 50. I think I went up to 75. First, I went up to 70. More people are like, oh, I really want to sign one. We'll go up to 75. I don't do book signings, so it's kind of like a rare offering. If you're still wanting a signed book for the next offering, I'll have another signed book tier because that was popular. So you can get a personalized limited edition copy of the next book that comes out. And if you missed this one, that's cool. It'll be out on Amazon in a few months, and you can just get it there. So no worries. It will be coming out eventually. Anyway, that's my postmortem for what I did. I will be stepping off the gas. So if you see fewer videos, that's why. Is because keeping up that one video a day pace, which I did this before in I think 2019, when my channel first kind of fell off a cliff, I made up the difference by making 7 videos a week or something. It's hard to keep that pacing up, especially with all of my other obligations that I have in a given week. And they are many, including being a dad and teaching my kids and lots of other little things that pop up, taking care of my neighbors in various different ways. So they take priority over me doing like internet content. So keeping that pacing up, it's stressful, and I'm probably not going to do it. Moreover, there's not a big point to keep up that pacing if there's not a higher value product that you really are going to want to offer. Now, I tend to have deeper, higher value products. Here they are. Here's the books, right? I have lots of books on Amazon, like 20 books or something, and CDs you can buy, or digital music. You can buy the Zool albums. I'm very happy with those. You can get this book for free by joining my mailing list, dvspress.com/list. Oh, you can get this on Bandcamp, zoolonline.bandcamp.com. All right. So yeah, those are higher value offerings, but I think if I want to really push them, I probably need to, here's King Leopard. Ooh, it looks beautiful. I think I really need to like just push it more, be pushier with the ad sell. Like, hey, buy this book. The fact is it works. A lot of people are like, I don't like selling my stuff, and I don't like doing the ad read, and I don't like telling people to buy my product. It's like, I understand that because I'm not a salesman by trade, right? I'm an artist. But the fact is, anyone who's done sales will tell you the more times you do a call to action, the more you're specific about this is the good thing and this is why you should buy it, the better your chances are of selling it. Otherwise, you're just relying on people to love you so much that they will just seek your products out and buy them, which some people do, and I appreciate that. But I am really relying on time-tested techniques. I probably should rely on them more, even though people will comment and be like, oh, I don't like you selling your stuff. It's like, okay, well, have you ever bought it? And no. Okay. So you're not, I should ask, like, are you running ad blocker? Of course I am. Okay. So you're watching for free and I'm giving you value and you're not really giving any back. And I'm showing you a way that you can, give me some value and get a product that you'll like, right? If you're a fantasy fan, you can read the books. If you're into ambient instrumental rock music, science fiction fans, these are things you can buy, and I worked hard on them. You can buy these things, and then you have a thing that you enjoy, and it provides me some value. So it's win-win-win as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of people get upset about that, and I'm just here to tell you, if you're wanting to do this, you have to just ignore the people that get upset that you're trying to sell your product, and instead focus on the people who are excited that you have a product and that you are into it. Like, right? Who's going to love your book if you don't, right? You need to be excited about your product and happy to share it with people. And I tend to be very introverted, and I really don't like salespeople because I'm very aware of how they work. But you have to do a little bit of selling. You got to do a little bit of selling in this world. So anyway, leave me your thoughts down below. I'm happy to hear them. If you didn't get a chance to back King Leopard, don't worry. It's coming to Amazon. If you did, I really thank you. What I am doing now is I am formatting the book so that I can get it ready to print. So when I get the money from the printer, in fact, I think my goal for this week, for this weekend, is to be able to get like a proof copy so that I can really see it and make any corrections before we go to press. And then I'll print the books. It'll take a little while. So it takes 2 weeks to get the money. It'll probably take a week to get the books to me, and then in May, we'll be shipping them. Okay. And if you didn't get a signed copy, I think I can ship it directly to you from the printer, which will save a step, and you'll get it a little bit earlier. And that's great. You'll be some of the first people. And then the people who have the special personalized edition, I have some special things for you too. So anyway, there's that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching over the last month. If you see fewer videos, it's because I do need to step off the gas a little bit and recharge and focus on some other things. And, I've kind of decided it's better to focus really hard on social media when you want to grow social media and when you have something to sell on social media. That's when you really want to focus on it. If you are just kind of doing it here and there in a holding pattern, which is okay, you do the holding pattern until you can really, blast social media to sell something, and then that's probably going to be a good idea. I'd like to show how the sausage is made. So if you're offended by the fact that I have like a marketing strategy and that the marketing strategy funded the book, then I guess that's on you. I don't really have a problem with that. And I like for other authors to have tools in their tool belt to be able to be successful, or whatever you're selling. If you're selling a high value service, I want you to be able to have a good idea how to sell that high value service. It's not that hard. And if you have a great way to help people, then your YouTube videos can help people, and I want you to help people. I want you to be successful. Okay. So that's it. Have a great one, and I'll see you all next time.